I Do is something that was put on hold for millions as COVID-19 started sweeping across the world in 2020. With case rates stabilizing and vaccines now available for the youngest guests who may attend, 400,000 more couples are expected to tie the knot this year than last, a whopping 2.6 million couples overall. But with the highest inflation at work in the last 4 decades, wedding budgets are anything but wedded bliss. Esther Lee, Deputy Director of The Knot, with me now live to share some of the issues at work in California and across the country. Welcome to Fox 40 News at 11.
Thanks so much for having me. And indeed, it is a wedding boom.
Well, when it comes to weddings here in the West, data from The Knot's latest Real Wedding Study shows that couples are hiring an average of 13 vendors for their event. We're talking caterers, DJs, florists. But while vaccines have greatly improved COVID case rates, worker shortages at some of these vendors haven't gotten better, posing problems for the attendants, right?
Indeed. So it is actually part of the supply chain and inflation issues that the industry at large is experiencing. On top of that, the macroeconomic climate is currently filtering down into the wedding industry. And so couples are seeing higher prices because indeed, the workforce shortages and the inflation that's happening across the board is impacting the vendors as well.
Average number of guests for weddings in the West is 90. So it seems an obvious way to cut costs for couples right now as inflation raises the price of the party they want to throw is to cut the invite list. I mean, it's hard. You don't want Aunt Mary not to be there, right?
Well, you want your favorite folks to, of course, be there for you on your wedding day. One of the recommendations that we do make for all couples when it comes to budgeting and making sure that you move forward with your dream wedding and your guest list is actually to have conversations with your vendors about what's feasible and what isn't, and also to sit down and have the conversation about, what exactly you're prioritizing on your wedding day as a couple. So is it the caterer? Is it the live band? Like, what exactly do you want? And then narrow it down from there.
Also, maybe if you're still in the planning stages, is organizing a brunch wedding and reception versus a nighttime event, or a Thursday versus a weekend ceremony a good way to go? Of course, then you may be complicating travel and other arrangements for the guests you so very much want to be there because, people might not be able to take off work.
What we're finding with guests actually, and the sentiment in 2022 is that they're actually super excited to travel again and to attend weddings. So there's something that's called the Guest Optimism Survey that we conducted. And most are willing to spend more, if not, from previous pandemic levels. And so what we're finding now is that as they're traveling, as they're moving forward with these weddings, many are just booking in advance and being much more proactive about how they save and spend.
Okay. Now, your study shows the average cost for a California wedding, including the engagement ring, is $38,800. Ordinarily, we know couples kind of lock down locations and vendors kind of a year out and then pay on those contracts. Is that going to be even more helpful or hurtful now with inflation? If costs continue to rise, are there clauses some may not be looking for that may result in unexpected bills as their wedding day nears?
So one of the surveys that we conducted in April was that what we found was that 70% of vendors will be raising their rates by the end of the year. But part of that is due to the inflation that is happening in their current economic climate. And as you had mentioned, the workforce shortages. Because of that, we're actually telling couples to get started on planning now and to have conversations with vendors sooner so that they can figure out exactly what their budget is and how to execute that ideally for their date deadline.
Okay. We know that gift cards for like Airbnb are one of the most popular registry picks right now, but what someone puts down on that card today when they see it on somebody's registry might have a lot less buying power by the time the couple goes to spend it on their dream trip, right?
It depends. So the travel climate currently is a bit more crowded. As always, people want to travel after being cooped up at home. However, we see that next year, and I can't exactly tell you what the climate will look like, but people will still want to go. And who knows, those rates or those actual overnight stays might end up declining over time in terms of stay price.
Alrighty. Any other tip for couples that are getting started right now? I mean, some people are already, halfway through their plans and all of these things are kind of changing. Anything else they need to watch out for?
So we understand that it is a bit of a challenging climate right now as you're planning your weddings, but we tell all couples to approach the wedding planning process from a solution-oriented perspective. And of course, to talk to their vendors and to communicate frequently with them. They are your dream team, and so really rely on them heavily for everything else. If you have any questions, you need some tips, advice, go to theknot.com/content because we are able to provide the best in class advice for you as you navigate wedding planning during this time.
All righty, Esther Lee with The Knot. Weddings and inflation, it's a thing. Thank you.
Thank you.